right? So in morning session we discussed about this one. So suppose if I create a array for number class. Okay, if I create a array for number class, so from the number class there are subclasses: byte class, short class, int class, the integer class, long class, float class, double class. All these are subclasses, that means childs of number class. Suppose if you create a array for number class, in that array you can store the data of its subclasses also. So in the morning session we discussed that one. సో దాంట్లో ఎవరికైనా ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? మార్నింగ్ విన్నప్పుడు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? ఏమైనా అర్థం కాలేదా? కొంచెం హెవీ అయినా కానీ పర్లేదు చెప్పండి. నేర్చుకోవడానికే మనం ట్రై చేస్తున్నాం. సో నేర్చుకోవాలి. సో మార్నింగ్ ఆ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ట్రై చేసామండి. రైట్. సో ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేద్దామంటే ఇంకొంచెం ఏరియస్ కాన్సెప్ట్లో ఇంకో 1-2 టాపిక్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో విల్ ట్రై టు కవర్. సో 1-2 టాపిక్స్ అంటే 1-2 పాయింట్స్. రైట్. సో సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ క్రియేట్ ఏ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ for object class, అంటే java, if you take java programming in any class, if you write any class, so there is a super class for it. In java programming, suppose if you are writing a student class, okay, underline student class. So for that student class, simply you are writing student class, right? So please be on time. So if you write simple student class, for that class also there is a super class. So morning session we saw some byte class. So for that class, who is the super class? Number class. We already saw number class. In morning session, I opened the API documentation. In the documentation, I showed you. So who is the super class for byte class? In the same way, for short class also, super class is number class. So if you take number class, who is the super class for it? Maybe some other class. If there is no class, then who is the super class? Object class. Okay, na? So in Java programming, for every class, the root class will be object class. So if you write a student class, if your class is not subclass of any other classes, that means in that case your class is a child class of object class. Okay, this is direct way. So if you take byte class, so who is the super class? Number class. For number class, who is the super class? Object class. So anyhow, for the byte class, the super class is object class, the parent to parent. Okay, na? So in Java, if you take any class, who is the grandparent, parent to parent, parent to parent, like that. So starting class will be object class. So now what I will do, so I will try to create an object for object class, array for object class. So for I am creating object for I am creating a array new, sorry, equal to new object. So with 10 locations. So if you are unable to see, I will write down in the notepad plus. So I am creating object object reference name o1 equal to new object. I am giving square braces with 10 value. So that means in this case what will happen? So it will allocate 10 memory locations, right? So it will allocate 10 memory locations for which class? Object class. So consider, so it is allocating 10 memory locations, right? So 10 memory locations are there. Drawing is very difficult. 5 5 2 3. Right, so again 2 3. Yeah. So total 10 locations are there. So you created object for this one, object some row equal to new object of 10 locations. So in this case, what you can store in all the locations, what kind of data you can store? So you can store object class data or its subclasses data or its subclasses data. So that means if you write a student class, so who is the parent for student class? Who is the parent for object class is the parent for student class. Suppose if you write a integer class or byte class, so who is the super class? Number class. For number class, who is the super class? Object class. So you created memory for to store what data? Object class data. So in this case, you can directly store object class data or you can store object class subclasses data also, no problem, right? So that means these memory locations are useful to store either object class references or its subclasses references. Suppose if you take one class, a string class. So string is a class. Who is the super class for it? Again, object class is the super class. So like this, string buffer class is there, string builder class is there, thread class is there. There are so many classes. Alternatively, who is the super class? Maybe directly or indirectly. Directly, indirectly means, so if you take this is a direct super class of string class. If you take byte class, this is not a direct. That means the immediate parent is not object class. So immediate parent is number. For the number, parent is object. That means this is not directly subclass of object class, but it's a subclass of object class indirectly. That means middle one more class is there. So in this case, this is a direct subclass of object class. In this case, indirect, right? So if you create memory for object class, in those memory locations, you can store object class references or its subclasses references, no problem, right? In morning session also we discussed the same way. So in morning session we created object for number class. So we created 10 locations. In those 10 locations we can store number class references or its subclasses references. Number class means these references, or its subclasses means byte, short, int, long, float, double. So any of these classes data you can store here. Same example, right? So we will try to execute this one now. So morning we discussed the same, right? So I am removing the content. So I will try to increase the font also. So window, where is that? I can change preferences, general, in general, text mate, go general. Is there any font editor? Someone please search, is there any font? How to change the size? Appearances, Windows preferences, where from Windows only? Appearances, so here It is general appearances. Default. Where is the font? Getting colors. No. ఎక్కడమ్మా కలర్స్ అండ్ ఫాంట్స్ ఫాంట్ థీమ్స్ ఇది కాదమ్మా ఫాంట్ సైజ్ అనే ఆప్షన్ వచ్చేస్తుంది డైరెక్ట్గా Java Maven terminate validate somewhere. Okay, so we'll search and editors. Is there any editors? Text editor. So is there any font? Line numbers, size, font. Display size, undo the horizontal size, colors and fonts configuration. You click on that. Okay, this is a style, font style. Okay, we'll see later. So it will be in that section only in Windows of preferences somewhere. Okay, no problem. So we'll continue for this class. In the next class, I will try to increase the font.
Sir,
Control plus. So if I select something, plus control plus shift function. Right, minus degree చేయాలంటే సైజ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయింది డిక్రీజ్ చేయాలంటే minus is not working. Okay, no problem. Okay, so leave it. No problem. ఏమైంది ఇక్కడ రెండో క్లాస్ వచ్చి ఏదో యాడ్ అయిపోయింది ఇక్కడ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 1 ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 1 okay, leave it. So here everything is fine. Okay, no problem. One class is enough for us. No, okay, that was not worked in my mission. Okay, no problem. We'll see. So what is happening? Right. So now main method. So instead of wasting time, main method, right? So here create object for object class. Object reference name, new object class. So give the some size, right? So here you can store any kind of existing or predefined classes references inside that array. So that means I am taking some existing classes. So string is existing class, so that is available in Java Lang package. So I am creating one string. So there are different ways to create a string, so no problem, right? So I constructed one string. So I am taking one more string buffer. So this is also a class. String buffer, right? Some other class name. So I am taking one more string class. So you have 3 string classes. So there will be a question, what is the difference between string buffer and string builder classes? String builder, right? String builder. So I am taking some CMR, right? I constructed 3 existing class objects. So one is string class object, second one is string buffer class object, third one is string builder class object, right? So now I will take one more class, my existing class name. So just now we closed that class name. What is the class name? Example 1. So I will create the example 1 object. example 1. So in that we have constructor, right? Example 1, yeah, nothing is there, great. Yeah, if nothing is there, then very easy. Right? Yes. ఇక్కడమ్మా ఇదా ఇదేనా మనం క్లిక్ లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ ఇక్కడ ఇదా మీరు అనేది ఇదే అమ్మా. సో ఇది క్లిక్ చేస్తే సో ఇది అయిపోయింది, ఓకేనా. సో ఇది వచ్చేస్తుంది. చెప్తాను, అదేమి పెద్ద ప్రాబ్లం కాదు. ఇప్పుడు ఇలా క్లిక్ చేశారు, సో ఇలా అయిపోయింది. సో దీన్ని మళ్ళీ ఇలా క్లిక్ చేస్తే అలా వచ్చేస్తుంది, ఓకేనా. ఇక్కడ ఉందా రీస్టోర్, ఓకేనా. సో యాక్చువల్గా ఈ సెక్షన్కి ఒక నేమ్, ఈ సెక్షన్కి ఒక నేమ్, ఈ సెక్షన్కి ఒక నేమ్, ఈ సెక్షన్కి ఒక నేమ్ ఉంటుందమ్మా. సో ఆ నేమ్స్ తెలిస్తే యూ కెన్ ఓపెన్ ద ప్రాస్పెక్టస్. గో సమ్వేర్, ప్రాస్పెక్టస్ విల్ బి దేర్. So name is a prospect, some prospective. So I will search and I will let you know. If you close it, how to open that. So if you want to add, how to add that, you can go through the some navigations or somewhere. It will be there. Some prospectus will be there. You can click on that. It will open. You don't worry. I will tell you after the class. Right. Away namma. So down. Okay. Don't worry. First concentrate on class. So example 1. E1, you are creating object for example 1, new example 1. So in this case you created 4 objects: string object, string buffer, string builder, and example 1. So these 3 are predefined classes. This is user defined classes. Just now you created your class. This is your class, right? Nothing is there in the class. So we are trying to store these objects, and I will create a base class object as well. So that is object class. Object class some o1 obj equal to new object, right? So I created object class object also. So now I will try to store in these locations these different values. So is it possible or not, I will verify. So what is the reference name? O, location number 0. So I am trying to store s. So I am not getting any errors. Am I getting any errors? Right, what is the error? Right, must be an array type, but what happened? Expression must be an array type resolved to object. So ఇచ్చాను ఇక్కడ. Sorry, yeah, I forget to mention here, right? Yeah, so error got removed. Object, so first location you can assign with a string buffer object sb. Then second location, object of second location you can assign with a string builder. So third location you can assign object of example 1. Sorry, third location with the example 1, no problem, you can assign it. Or fourth location you can assign with the current class and object class reference, that is obj, right? So in this example what I am trying to explain you, so if you are creating the super class array, so if you are creating the super class object array, then you can store super class data and subclasses data also. So in this example I am trying to convey. So if you are creating the super class array object, in that case in that array you can store super class data as well as subclasses data also. You don't get any compile time error. If you want to retrieve the data, you can retrieve the data in the same way. So I will print one data. So I am trying to print one data, so that is 6 out. So I will print a objective location of 0 location. So if you try to print this, so you will get the string name directly, mrit you will get. So if you are trying to print in string class, string buffer class, and string builder classes, a toString method is overridden to print the content. It will print the content. But in example 1 class, toString method is not available. So in that case, so who is the super class for example 1 class? Object class. So object class toString will be executed. It will print the message like this. Example 1, at the rate symbol, some number, like this. So here and in these three cases, so it will print MRIT, MLRIT, CMR. So in fourth case also, you will get the data object at the rate symbol, some number. So you will get the output in this way if you are printing the data. So I will try to print it. Control C, paste, paste, and paste. 1, 2, 3, string buffer, string builder. Example 1, object. Right, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Right. So I am trying to print the data. Execute the program. Run as Java application. See, first three values you are getting the data as a content. You are not getting the output like this. String at the rate symbol, some number. So you are not getting the output in this way. So here also you are not getting the output, string buffer. So at the rate, so you are not getting the result in this way. Yeah. So why you are not? Cheppama. సో వీటన్నిట్లలో స్ట్రింగ్ క్లాసు, స్ట్రింగ్ బఫర్ క్లాసు, స్ట్రింగ్ బిల్డర్ క్లాసు, ఈ మూడిట్లలో కూడా టూ స్ట్రింగ్ మెథడ్ ఉందమ్మా. సో ఆ టూ స్ట్రింగ్ మెథడ్లో ఏముందంటే రిటర్న్ స్టేట్మెంటు. సో ఇక్కడ ఏదైతే రెఫరెన్స్ అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏదైతే నేమ్ ఉందో దాన్ని రిటర్న్ చేయడానికి కోడ్ ఉంది. రైట్. సో డౌట్ ఉంటే ఏపీఐ డాక్యుమెంటేషన్ ఓపెన్ చేసి చెక్ చేయండి అంతే. ఓకేనా. సో ఓపెన్ ద డాక్యుమెంటేషన్. So string class, string buffer class, and string builder class, all these classes are available in java.lang package. So open the string class. See here, string class, string buffer, and string builder. Three classes are there. Click on string class. So you can go to method summary. This is field summary, means static variable, constructors, and method summary. So in the method summary, so search for toString method. So in the method summary, you have to search. See here, toString method is there. So what it will returns, this object is itself returns. This object itself returns means which is already a string. Object means here it is object. It will returns the itself means whatever the value is there, it will return the same. So whatever the value we are passing at the time of string object construction, it will returns the same. So that's why you are getting the output as a MRIT. Suppose if you take string buffer, here is the buffer class, string buffer class, and search for the same method, toString method returns a string representing the data, this sequence. So something they are written, but it is written it will return the same whatever the value we are passing at the time of construction. So in case of string builder also, right, this is string builder only, right, string builder. So here also toString method returns a string representing data in this sequence. So whatever the string we are passing while constructing string buffer, string builder, so whenever you are printing, it will return the same. Right. So if you take your class, in your class you don't have toString method. Suppose if you write toString method here, suppose I am writing it, so to make you feel comfortable, method name is void toString method. So in this method, suppose if I write not void, this should be string type. Return type should be string type. So return, so write your name, ABCD, right. So write that name. So while writing the method, this method must be public method. So why? Because while overriding, you are not supposed to decrease the access level. So there are overriding rules are there. So based on the overriding rules, it will work. See here. So in this example, I created example1 object also. I stored that example1 object at the location of third location. So whenever you are printing third location, 0 location, 1 location, second location, third location. So in this case, so whenever you didn't override the toString method, you get this output. But I just now I overridden this toString method. So now observe the output. So if I execute this program, so save it before executing, save it, try to execute it, execute the program. So you will get A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. So from where you are getting it? So you are trying to print third location value. What is there inside the third location? EO. EO means new example. So inside the new example class, it will go and verify is there any toString method. If toString method is there, whatever it is returning, so that will be printed here. Suppose if toString method is not there, if this method is not there, then what will happen? So it will verify who is the super class for example1 class. So here you don't have any super class in that class. In that case, your super class will be object class. So if you open the object class, so if you open the object class that is available in java.lang package, so open the object class. So in object class, so verify the toString method. Here toString method is there. What the toString method will returns? So it is representing of some object. So internal implementation is not there. If you go through the internal implementation, you will comes to know why you are getting this result. So why at the rate class name, at the rate symbol, all these things. Okay. So I will discuss you about this later. So how why you are getting this one. Right. So this is about. So if you create the superclass array object, then you can store superclass data and subclasses data also. I hope this is clear. Right. So next point. So automatic assignments. So someone please help me. So is this possible or not? Suppose integer some x equal to, can I assign a character? Yes, it is possible. So now someone please tell me. So I have a x or y array. So I am trying to assign some values here, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, right? So now I have one more array, character array, some c equal to open brace a, b, c, then d, right? See, observe here. So in earlier case, suppose think like this. In earlier case, so observe here. So I took one variable, x variable, I assigned with 10 value, and I took one more variable, ch character data type, I assigned character. So can I assign x equal to ch? See here, integer variable is there, and character variable is there. So for integer variable, 10 value is there. For character variable, a character is assigned. So what I am trying to do, I am trying to override x value with ch. Is this possible or not? So you are not getting any compile time error. So this is possible. Why? Because automatic conversion. Okay, na? So implicit typecasting is happening internally. So this is valid. That means at primitive level, so implicit typecasting is possible. You can assign from small data type to big data type. No problem, right? So here also, here also this is small data type. Even if you are assigning to this one, why? Because so implicit typecasting is possible. So for this character, it is getting the ASCII number. It will assign to integer. So in this case, what will happen? It will pick ASCII code of or Unicode of character A, and it will assign to x variable. So that is 97 value will be assigned. 97 or some number will be assigned. Now the question is, so you constructed on integer array. with some values, and you constructed character array with some values. So here also the same way, integer number, character number, integer array, character array. So you assign integer value with a character value. So can I assign integer array with character array? Is it possible or not? So I hope you are getting the question, right? So here, yeah, so here integer number is there, character variable is there. Okay, integer variable, character data. So character data, integer data. So you are able to assign for integer variable, you are able to assign character data. You didn't get any compile time error, you assign properly. So if you want to check, you can check the output. This out of x, right. So execute the program, run as Java application, you are getting 97 as the output. Okay, if you print the x variable, you are getting, earlier you assigned with 10, so 10 is updated with 97 in this location, right? Why? Because, so this is a character you assigned with x variable, so it was printed 97. So now my question is same way. Here you have integer variable, here also you have integer array, here you have character variable, you have character array. You assigned with value, you constructed array. You assign value, you constructed array. Right. So can you assign for a integer array? Can you assign character array? Right. So this is not possible. Okay. So automatic promotions will not be happened on arrays, primitive arrays. So only for primitive data types it is possible. For primitive arrays, it's not possible. Okay, so automatic promotions will be happened for primitive data types, not for primitive arrays. You remember that. So if you are trying to assign, you will get the error saying that cannot convert from character array to integer array. It is not possible. This is a compile time error. You must remember this. Okay, I hope you are getting the point. The point is character elements can be promoted to integer. So it means character array ch, character array will be promoted to integer element, no problem. But character array, here character data type, primitive data type. Here character array cannot be converted into integer array. That is a syntax error. So you will get syntax error, right? You have to remember this point, right? So I will ask some questions, you have to answer. ఓకేనా, ఇవన్నీ ఏమండి, సో సబ్జెక్ట్ పెంచుకోవడం కోసం. ఓకేనా, ఈ పాయింట్ వల్ల మీకు ఏం తెలుస్తుంది అంటే ఇలా అసైన్ చేయొచ్చో ఇలా అసైన్ చేయకూడదు అని తెలుస్తుంది. సో ఐ విల్ ఆస్క్ సమ్ క్వశ్చన్స్, యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఆన్సర్, రైట్? సో క్యారెక్టర్ టు ఇంటీజర్ ఇస్ పాసిబుల్ ఆర్ నాట్? Character to integer is, yes, possible. So second one, character array to integer array, is it possible or not? So array to array conversion not possible if both are in different data types. If both are in same data type, okay. So we will discuss that one also. So if both are in different data types, if array is there, not possible, right? So is this possible? Integer to double value, integer to double value is possible or not? Yes, possible. So you have to remember that diagram. So byte short int, then long flow to double. You have to remember that way. So you can, in the forward direction, you can assign the values, no problem. Right. Suppose if you take 10 as an integer, if you are assigning the 10 with a double type, you will get 10.0. Yes, any doubts? Right. So you can assign integer number to double type, no problem. Integer to double array, integer array to double array, is this possible? Is this possible? Not possible. Okay. So if data type is changed in case of arrays, it's not possible. You will get compile time error directly. Right. So last question. So suppose a string is there, so string type array, or you can take string to object is possible or not? String to object is possible or not? So earlier case you verified character to integer is possible. Okay, so now I am asking string to object class is possible or not? So in this case, you have to observe parent-child relation. So you are assigning child object to parent object. Is this possible or not? Always you can assign the child object to parent object, no problem. Okay, I will explain that slowly. Okay, don't worry about it. Parent-child relationship, we didn't discuss the inheritance concept, so don't worry about that. So in the same way, suppose string array is there. So can you assign with object array? Object array possible అయితే లేదా? రైట్. సో దీని మీద మీకు ఏమన్నా డౌట్ ఉంటే ఇవన్నీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయమంటారా? ఏదైనా అర్థం కాకపోతే ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయమంటారా? సో ఫస్ట్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ అర్థమైపోయి ఉంటుంది. ఇది చెప్దామమ్మ మెల్లిగా. సో ఈ వీటిలలో అర్థమైపోయినాయా? ఇది ఓకేనా? సో ఏమైనా ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్పాలా? రైట్. సో ఏమైనా రైట్. సో ట్రై చేయడం కూడా పెద్ద ఏం లేదండి ఆడ. సో ఏముంది ఆడ సింపుల్. ఒకసారి ఏముంది ఒక 2 నిమిషాల పని. సో కామెంటెడ్ దిస్ కోడ్. So I will try based on the arrays. So I will take one character array. So I will assign with some characters. So characters will be alphabets ABCDs, right? So take A B C D. Try to learn the subject, right? So character is constructed. Character variable is not yet given. Character data type variable character, right? So then integer array, just construct the integer array. So integer I equal to some values, assign with some values, 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, right? So my question is, so is this possible or not? So can you assign character to integer? That means can you assign C equal to I? Is this possible or not? It's not possible. Okay, so this is array, both are different type. If you are trying to convert it, you will get the error, cannot convert from integer array to character array. You are getting the error, right? In the same way, if you are trying to convert in this line also, you will get the same error. So double some d equal to some values, open close, right? Assign with some values, 12.3 comma 23.4 comma 34.5 34.5 comma 56.7, right? So all the valid or not valid, right? So now if you are trying to convert, if you are trying to assign I with d, what will happen? So that means you are trying to assign integer values to double type values. Here also error message is there, mouse over cannot convert from double to integer type. That means if the data type is changing, for in case of arrays, you are not supposed to assign the values directly, right? So last case, if you want to practice the last case, I am removing these two errors or commenting these two errors. Comment. So first I need to construct the string. Okay, I am commenting this code. First I will construct the string, then I will construct the object string. So you can assign like this directly, right? Some value. So what I'm telling you. So if I create an object O equal to S, is this possible or not? So directly assignment is possible or not? So cannot resolve to be a variable, that is str, not str, str. See, So my question is, so you constructed one string, so can you assign that string to object? So
Yes.
if you have doubt, you can write if you want. So in earlier case I written some way, in this case I am writing some way. So instead of confusing you, so you can construct the string in this way, right? You can construct a object in this way. So now the question is, so is it possible to assign for object to string o to? Yes, is this possible or not? str, not str. Yes, this is possible. So you are assigning string to object. Yes, this is possible. In the same way, so construct a string type array and assign with object type array. Is that possible or not? So constructing string type array is st1, str1. So that is array type. You can create new strng. So assign with the 10 values. Right. So you constructed string object. You are trying to construct object type array, new object, so 10 locations. So my question is now, can we assign object 1 to str1? Is this possible or not? So here it is possible. You are not getting any error. Why you are not getting any error? Why? Because there is a parent child relationship is there. So that's why it is possible. But in earlier case you don't have any parent child relationship. So that's why it is unable to convert. Right. So here parent child relationship is there. That's why you are able to convert, and you are able to assign subclass object to superclass reference. If you try to reverse it, str1 equal to obj1, then what will happen? It is throwing error saying that cannot convert from object to string. So here subclass to superclass is okay, but superclass to subclass is not possible. So you will understand all these things. So when I discussed the inheritance concept, okay, don't worry about up to that point. You just consider you can assign subclass reference to superclass object, no problem. Right. Any doubts? Right. So don't leave the meeting. So please try to understand the concept. So if you are unable to understand, so please be patient, practice it, ask me. So then only you will learn. Okay. Right. So now I have a question. So someone please answer. I will pick one person from the group. Right. Right. Chandu. Soumya. Yeah, you have to answer now. Right. So remove the content. Removing the content and removing the content. So I will construct one more array. One more array. This is I1 and this is I2. Right. So in I1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values are there. In I2, only one value is there. Okay. Can I assign I1 to I2? Is this possible or not? పోనీ దాంట్లో 5 వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి, దీంట్లో 5 వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి. I1 equal to I2. If I press I2, what will happen? It will throw compile time error or not? So just now I discussed, if the data type is different, it will throw compile time error. But in this case, data type is same, integer type, integer type. So if I give I2, what will happen? So can I assign like this? Right. So you are not getting any compile time error. Okay. See, if it is a double type, double or some other type, right? So double type. So you are getting error here. So why? Because data type is changed, right? So if both are in same type, and both values are same, okay. So if you are trying to assign it, what will happen? You are able to get the, you can assign it, no problem. So that means what will happen? So in memory, what will happen? So first it will create 10 location for first one, 10 locations for second one. Sorry, 5 values for first one, 5 values, right? 5 values for first one, 5 values for second one. So this is I1 and this is I2, right? This is I1 and this is I2. So what will happen? So first I1 is pointing to this one, second I2 is pointing to this one. So if you assign like this, what will happen? I1 is pointing to I2. That means I1 reference will be cutted and I will be assigned to this one, nothing else. సో డిఫరెంట్ వాల్యూస్ ఉంటే ఏం జరిగింది, సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ కూడా వాల్యూస్ లేవు, సో డిఫరెంట్ వాల్యూస్ అంటే సేమ్ వాల్యూస్ ఉండాలని లేదు, డిఫరెంట్ వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నా ఏమున్నా నో ప్రాబ్లం. సో యాక్చువల్గా ఏం జరిగింది, ఇక్కడ 5 వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి, I1 ఏం చేస్తుంది, 5 వాల్యూస్ని పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తుంది, ఓకేనా. సో ఐ అనేది ఏం చేస్తుంది, I1 అనేది 5 వాల్యూస్ని పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తుంది. I2 అనేది దేన్ని పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తుంది, I2లో ఒకటే వాల్యూ ఉంది, నో ప్రాబ్లం, ఒకటే అనుకోండి, ఇదంతా ఒకటే అనుకోండి. సో నెక్స్ట్ ఏం చేస్తున్నారు కోడింగ్లో, I1 ఈక్వల్ టు I2 అన్నారు, అంటే ఏం జరిగింది, I1 అనే రెఫరెన్స్ కట్ అయిపోయి I2 పాయింట్అవుట్ అయింది. అంటే I1 అనేది దేని పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తుంది, I2 ఏ పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తుందో I1 కూడా సేమ్ పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తుంది. ఇఫ్ యూ ప్రింట్ ద I1 డేటా, print the I1 data, what is this, I1, right, I1 dot 0 location, right. So I will change the value, 100 here. So in I1 case 10 is there, in I2 case 100 is there, first location. So you allocated memory, after that you pointing I1 to I2, so that means this is happened, I1 is pointing to I2. In I2 first location it contains only one value, it contains 100. So if you are trying to print I1 of 0 location, it will print 100, right. Try to execute the program, run as Java application, you are getting 100 as a result, right. So if you are trying to assign I2 with I1, what will happen, I2 equal to I1. సో చూడండి, సో ఇప్పుడు ఏమైపోయింది, దీని రిఫరెన్స్ కట్ అయిపోయింది, అంటే ఈ మెమరీని అసలు పాయింట్అవుట్ చేసే వాళ్ళు ఎవరు లేరు, ఈ మెమరీ మొత్తం గ్యార్బేజ్ కలెక్టర్ తీసేసుకొని డిలీట్ చేసుకోగలదు. సో ఈ మెమరీకి అసలు రెఫరెన్స్ లేదు, ఇది కట్ అయిపోయింది ఇంకా, ఓకేనా. I1 దేన్ని పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తుంది, ఈ లొకేషన్, I2 దేన్ని పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తుంది, దీన్నే. మళ్ళీ మీరు ఏం చేశారు, I2 ఈక్వల్ టు I1 అని రాస్తే ఏమైంది, ఆ రెండు దేనికి సేమ్ పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాయి. ఇప్పుడు I1 లొకేషన్లో 0 వాల్యూ ప్రింట్ చేసినా, I2 లొకేషన్లో 0 వాల్యూ ప్రింట్ చేసినా, సో సేమ్ 100 వాల్యూ వస్తుంది. So if you are executing it, you are getting 100 only. So this is no more, okay, that is over. So when you ascend this time, the reference got cutted, reference లేదంటే సో మెమరీ అనవసరంగా వేస్ట్గా ఉంది, ఆ మెమరీని గార్బేజ్ కలెక్టర్ వచ్చి రిమూవ్ చేసి పడేస్తారు, రైట్. సో ఎనీబడి ఈస్ వెయిటింగ్, నో వన్, రైట్. 25 members. సో ఇక్కడ అమ్మా, ఇక్కడ చూడండి, ఇక్కడ ఇంటీజర్ బయట ఎర్రర్ వచ్చేస్తుంది, ఓకేనా. ఇక్కడ ఎరే టైప్ ఉంటే డేటా టైప్ చేంజ్ అయిపోతే ఎర్రర్ వచ్చేస్తుంది, ఎరే టైప్ ఉంటే, ఎరే టైప్ కాకుండా ప్రిమిటివ్ టైప్ ఉంటే నో ప్రాబ్లం, రైట్. రైట్, సో ఆల్మోస్ట్ కవర్డ్ రిలేటెడ్ టు arrays concept. So if you want, I will cover that where are command line arguments also. If you want one more time, we will cover it. If you don't want, so we will go ahead with the next topic. So anybody wants command line arguments? సో రిమైనింగ్ ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారా, మాట్లాడండి, ఎవరు మాట్లాడుకుని సైలెంట్గా ఉంటే ఎలాగా, ఉన్నారు. అమర్ కమాండ్ లైన్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్ చెప్పమంటావా, సో హౌ టు యాడ్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ద కమాండ్ లైన్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్. సో రన్ టైంలో జేవిఎంకి పాస్ చేసే వాల్యూస్ని సమ్ ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి, సరే 5 నిమిషాల పనే కాబట్టి చూద్దాం, రైట్. సో కమాండ్ లైన్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్ అంటే ఎక్కడికి వస్తాయండి, ARGS అనే వేరియబుల్లోకి వస్తాయి, ఓకేనా. సో ఇప్పుడు దీని మీనింగ్ ఏంటి, సో దీని మీనింగ్ ఇక్కడ ఉందనుకోండి, సపోజ్ STRING ఇలా ఉంది, ARGS అని ఉంది, సో అంటే దాని మీనింగ్ ఏంటి, సో ఈ డైమెన్షన్ తీసి పక్కనే రాసుకోవచ్చు అని చెప్పాను, మీకు గుర్తుంది, రైట్. సో ఇది వేరియబుల్ నేమ్. ఈ వేరియబుల్ నేమ్ మీకు నచ్చింది రాసుకోవచ్చు. ఏఆర్జిఎస్ బదులు ఎస్ రాశాను. ఓకేనా. సో ఇటు రైట్ సైడ్ ఏముంది, స్ట్రింగ్ అని ఉంది. స్ట్రింగ్ అనేది ఏంటి, డేటా టైపు. అంటే ఇదేంటిది, ఒక స్ట్రింగ్ టైప్ అరే, స్ట్రింగ్ టైప్ అరే. ఓకేనా. సో దీనికి మెమరీ ఎప్పుడు క్రియేట్ అయింది, యాక్చువల్గా ఇలా రాయాలి కదా మనం, ఈక్వల్ టు న్యూ స్ట్రింగ్ సమ్ లొకేషన్స్ 10 లొకేషన్స్ అని రాసి, సో యూ కెన్ అసైన్ సమ్ వాల్యూస్, రైట్. సో యాక్చువల్గా స్ట్రింగ్ టైప్ అరే ఇలా కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేయాలి, దాని తర్వాత దాంట్లోకి వాల్యూస్ పాస్ చేయాలి. సో అలా కాకుండా నేనేం చెప్పాను, సింగిల్ లైన్లో కూడా కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేయొచ్చు అని చెప్పాను. ఇదే లైన్ని సింగిల్ లైన్లో రాయాలంటే స్ట్రింగ్ సమ్ s1, ఓకే. సో డైమెన్షన్ ఈక్వల్ టు, సో ఓపెన్ బ్రేస్ క్లోజ్ బ్రేస్ సమ్ స్ట్రింగ్స్ ఇక్కడ పాస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అని. ఓకేనా. సో సమ్ స్ట్రింగ్ ఫార్మేట్ ఏబిసి కామా సమ్ XYZ, సో ఇలా పాస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అని చెప్పాను. సో ఇప్పుడు ఈ రైట్ సైడ్ వాల్యూ ఎవరు పాస్ చేస్తారు, సో యాక్చువల్గా ఈ లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ పార్ట్ మొత్తం ఇక్కడ ఉంది, ఈ పారామీటర్ దగ్గర ఉంది. సో ఈ రైట్ సైడ్ వాల్యూని ఎవరు పాస్ చేయాలి, ఓకేనా. పాస్ చేస్తేనే కదా ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేది. సో ఎవరు పాస్ చేయాలంటే మనం ప్రోగ్రామ్ రన్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఈ లోకల్ వాల్యూస్ ఇస్తాం, ఓకేనా. సో దానికి రిమైనింగ్ కోడ్ JVM కెన్ యాడ్ ఇట్ అండ్ ఇట్ విల్ పాస్ టు దిస్ ARGS, ఓకేనా. సో ఇక్కడ వాల్యూస్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఇస్తామంటే, సో వైల్ రన్నింగ్ యువర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్, సో రన్ యాజ్, గో టు రన్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్స్, సో హియర్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్ tab is there, so here you can pass, okay. Here you can pass the data, you can remove this data, existing data, you can pass your data, whatever the data you want, some ABC XYZ, some PQR, right. You can pass it and you can run it. I am not running it now, so let me complete the code, then I will run it, right. So I hope you are getting the point. So if I pass some values while executing the program, so if I am trying to pass some values from here, so if I am trying to pass some values from here, so what will happen, these values so will be passed to main method. So these will be passed to main method means inside this variable. So if you pass 4 values, 4 locations will be created for array, 4 locations will be created. In that 4 locations, whatever the values you are passing, those will be stored here, right. So after that, so what I will do, I will check the condition. If args.length is greater than 0, so then I will write my code. Otherwise, I will ask the user to please pass command line arguments, okay. So I am using some if else condition. So if condition is there, so when this if block will be executed, so if this condition is true, so when this condition will be true, ARGS variable is there. So what is this ARGS variable, array type variable. So on top of arrays you can apply the length property. So if you apply the length property, what it will return, it will return the array size. If the array size is greater than 0, then only you will execute this block. So when it will be greater than 0, if the programmer or user is passing runtime values to the JVM, then only the condition will be true, otherwise the condition will be failed. So if it is failed, what it will go, it will goes to else block and it will ask the user to please pass command line arguments. It will ask the user to pass the command line arguments, right. So if it is true, then what we have to do, so we need to calculate sum of all the numbers. So how many numbers, suppose if he is passing 5 numbers, so you need to calculate sum of 5 numbers, right. So first, without passing the values, we will try to execute it. So I am simply running, I am not running through the run configurations, I am simply running it, run as Java application. So if you are executing like a Java application, that means you are not passing any values. At runtime you are not passing any values, I am executing it. So if I am executing this, so you are not passing any value. So if you have doubt, you just keep a debug point here. So run as a debugger, right, right. So debug, run as I am not going to debug configurations. I am going to run debug as Java application. So program is getting executing. So it's came to this line. So at this time, observe what is the args length. So what is there inside this args? Values are there. What happened? Right. So f8. Okay, 1 second. So I will remove that configurations. Maybe it is picking from there. I remove it. Run. Right. Right. So try to execute your program. Run as Java application. So you are getting this statement. So actually it is picking the default values. Right. So please pass command line arguments. So if you want to pass the command line arguments, right click, run as a configuration. You need to pass there. Right. So you are passing the values. Now we need to calculate sum of all the numbers. So first try to get the numbers. How to get the numbers? Use the for loop, integer, sum I equal to 0, I less than args dot length, then I plus plus. So go and for loop open, for loop close. So try to get the all the values and try to calculate sum. So what I will do? So I will take one variable. So here I will take one variable integer sum. I will assign with 0. So in this I will try to calculate sum. So sum equal to sum plus. So where is the first value? That is there inside the args. So args of I, that means I means 0 location. Args of 0 location value, please add to sum value. So sum value is 0. So 0 plus first value. So it will be stored inside the sum variable and the for loop will be executed next time. So next time second value will be added to sum variable. That means previous value. So in this way you try to execute it args of I. Right. So you are getting some error here. What is that error? Okay, we'll see. So if you are able to resolve this error, so program is over. 6 out. So I am trying to print sum of all command line args equal to, so I am printing that sum. So in this line you are getting some error. So try to understand what is this error. So actually args of I. So that means array of some location. So you are trying to get the value from the args. That means, so in array, args array is string type. So if you are trying to pick the value from some location, it will return in string format. So what you are trying to do, you are trying to add the string to integer number. Okay, you are trying to add the string to integer number, so it is unable to add it. So whenever you are trying to print, that time it will work like a concatenation operator, but here you are not printing. So here it will not work like a concatenation operator. First you need to convert the string into integer type, then you can add it. So how to convert the string into integer type? Right, see how to convert. First we will learn how to convert. So first we need to convert this part to string in integer type. Then you can add it. So how to convert the string to integer type? So using this line. So in integer class, so there is a method parse int method. So for this parse int method, you need to pass this value. So control X, control V. Okay. So if you pass like this, what will happen? So whatever the string you are passing, the string will be converted into integer number. Okay. So in the integer class, there is a static method parse int method. You can call that parse int method directly by using class name. So integer dot parse int. For that method, if you are passing a string, the string will be converted into integer number. So whatever the number you get it, right, you can store in some variable or you can directly add it to some variable. So you can that assign that value to some variable. Now you don't get any error, right? So in this case, what will happen? The for loop will be executed based on the number of command line arguments. If he is passing 4, the for loop will be executed 4 times. So first time it will pick the value, the value will be converted to number, a number will be added to number. Then so number will be updated, second time is executing, second time also you will get the string will be converted to integer number will be added to previously updated number. So like this it will calculate the sum and it will print the sum, right? So now observe how to execute this program. Run as run configurations. So here you can pass some numbers, program arguments, that means main method values. So I am passing 1, 2, 3 by separating space 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So from 1 to 10 numbers, if you calculate the sum, it will be a 55 as a result. So I am trying to run it, you will get the result as a 55. So sum of all the command line arguments equal to 55. Okay. So in this way, you can run the command line arguments from the Eclipse tool. Any doubts in this? Any doubts? No doubts. Right, no problem. Right. So next we will try to understand. Okay, I will ask one question before that. Before that, I will ask one question. Someone please help me. So is this valid or not? Um, Suppose I construct a string here. String type array with some values. So can I assign x equal to args? Is this possible or not? Right. So assign a variable data type of string type, and s is a array type, and type is data a single dimensional array with a size, sorry, with the data type string. Here also args is a single dimensional array, type is string type, so you can assign directly. So suppose if you are trying to print the values, so what values you will get? Suppose if you are trying to print 6 out, if you are trying to print s of 0 location, so what is the value? So in the command prompt you are running as a, so whenever you are running the program you are passing the values. Sorry, output is already generated, right? So run configurations, command line arguments. Suppose if you are passing, so 100 value and 200 value, 2000, 300 values. So 100, 200, 300, and 400 you are passing. Okay. So is this numbers are string, now string format? This is in which format? All these are in which format? So you are passing here as a integer numbers, but whenever you are whenever the jvm is taking, that time it will pass as a strings only. These are string values. So why? Because all these are storing inside the string type array. So if you are considering these are the integer numbers, jvm it will read as an integer but it will pass as a string only. So all these things will be internally converted into string type and it will pass to string type args. So all these are passed to that args. So that means it will pass here. So 100, 200, 300, 400 will be in string format only. So you can assign that string to this string, no problem. So if you are trying to execute it, you are getting the 100 in string format, right? So now someone please help me, is this possible or not? Suppose I have integer array a, so with some values, so with 10, 20, 30, and I have one more array integer a, a1 double dimensional array with some values, right? So 10, 20, 30, 40, right? See here. So I have single dimensional array. So here data type is integer, here also data type is integer. But dimension wise, this is single dimension, here this is double dimension. So can I assign a equal to a1? Is this possible or not? So this is not possible if the data type is same. Even if this is a single dimensional array, this is a double dimensional array. If it's multiple dimensional array, so you are not supposed to assign it. Okay. So while assigning the data types, while assigning the variables, you must consider the dimensions also. Dimensions also very important. So you are not supposed to assign double dimensional array with a single dimensional array. In the same way, vice versa. Single dimension array with a double dimension. Right? You are getting the error. Right? This is also not possible. Right? ఎలా అమ్మా సింగిల్ డైమెన్షన్కి వెళ్తుంది అంటారా? సో ఇది ఒక అరే సింగిల్ డైమెన్షన్, ఇది డబుల్ డైమెన్షన్. అవునమ్మా. సో అదే రైట్, అదే కాన్సెప్ట్. ఇది కంపైల్ టైమ్ ఎర్రర్ అమ్మా డైరెక్ట్గా. సో దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్ ఎట్ కంపైలేషన్. సో రైట్. సో ఇక్కడ సింగిల్ డైమెన్షన్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏమంటున్నారు మీరు? సో మెమరీ లొకేషన్ అయిపోయింది 4 లొకేషన్స్కి. డబుల్ డైమెన్షన్ అన్నప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ లొకేషన్ ఇది, సో సెకండ్ లొకేషన్స్లో 2 వాల్యూస్. సో అదే కదా. రైట్. సో ఇక్కడ 2 వాల్యూస్, ఇక్కడ 2 వాల్యూస్, రైట్. ఇక్కడ కూడా 2 వాల్యూస్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ పాయింటింగ్ టు దిస్ వన్, దిస్ ఈస్ పాయింటింగ్ టు దిస్ వన్, రైట్. సో దీంట్లో 4 లొకేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, 2 వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ఓకే. దీంట్లో 4 లొకేషన్స్. రైట్. సో ఇప్పుడు ఏమన్నారు? ఒక ఫస్ట్ లెవెల్ ఉంది, సెకండ్ లెవెల్ లేదంటున్నారా? మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి అమ్మ. సో 1 డైమెన్షన్ 2 డైమెన్షన్ రెండు ఇంక్లూడ్ అవుతున్నాయి అని అంటున్నారు. సో సో యాక్చువల్గా ఫస్ట్ లెవెల్లో మనం దేంట్లో వాల్యూని అసైన్ చేయలేము, ఓన్లీ సెకండ్ లెవెల్లోనే అసైన్ చేస్తాం. సో సెకండ్ లెవెల్లో అసైన్ చేయాలన్నప్పుడు దీని లొకేషన్ నెంబర్ దీన్ని బేస్ చేసుకుని ఉంటుంది. సో అలా పాసిబుల్ అవుదమ్మా. సో ఏమన్నా ఉంటే డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. సో అది కంపైల్ టైమ్ ఎర్రర్ డైరెక్ట్గా. సో సింగిల్ డైమెన్షన్ అరేకి డబుల్ డైమెన్షన్ అరే వాల్యూస్ పాస్ చేయడానికి కుదరదు. ఓకేనా? మల్టిపుల్ డైమెన్షన్ అరేస్ ఉన్నా కానీ. అర్థం కాలేదమ్మా. సో ఇప్పుడు 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 A2 ఉంది, A1కి అసైన్ చేయొచ్చు అని అంటున్నారు. అంటే A1 అనేది సింగిల్ డైమెన్షన్ ఉంది, సారీ A అనేది సింగిల్ డైమెన్షన్ ఉంది, A1 అనేది డబల్ డైమెన్షన్ ఉంది. సో డబల్ డైమెన్షన్కి మనం సింగిల్ డైమెన్షన్ ఎందుకు అసైన్ చేయకూడదు అనేది మీ క్వశ్చన్. సో నేనేమంటున్నానంటే డబుల్ డైమెన్షన్ ఉన్నప్పుడు మనం వాల్యూస్ అసైన్ చేసేది సో లాస్ట్ లెవెల్లోనే. డబుల్ డైమెన్షన్ కానీ మల్టీ డైమెన్షన్ కానీ ఉంటే మనం వాల్యూస్ అసైన్ చేసేది లాస్ట్ లెవెల్లోనే, ఫస్ట్ లెవెల్లో అసలు అసైన్ చేయము. ఫస్ట్ లెవెల్లో అసైన్ చేసేది సెకండ్ లెవెల్ అడ్రసెస్ మాత్రమే అసైన్ చేస్తాము. ఫస్ట్ లెవెల్లో మనం అసైన్ చేసేది అడ్రసెస్ మాత్రమే, వాల్యూస్ కాదు. కానీ ఈ అరేని తీసుకొచ్చి అసైన్ చేద్దాం అన్నప్పుడు డైరెక్ట్గా వాల్యూస్ వచ్చి అసైన్ అయిపోతూ ఉంటాయి. సో వాల్యూస్ అసైన్ చేయడం పాసిబుల్ అవ్వదు, దీంట్లో అడ్రస్లు మాత్రమే అసైన్ చేయగలం నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్. చూద్దాం, ఒకవేళ కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉంటే చూద్దాం తర్వాత. రైట్. రైట్. Right. So I hope I covered almost whatever I know. So I covered an arrays concept. So actually program wise I didn't cover. So if you are interested in program wise, so take the programs like pattern programs. So in patterns you have so many programs, please practice the pattern programs. So so those are very important, how much logically you will think, so you can understand by practicing the pattern programs. So I hope you know pattern programs means like this. So 1 star, then 2 stars, like 3 stars. So like this, printing of numbers. So pattern program is these programs. So you need to print like in this way. So I am not explaining the logical part, so I am explaining the concept wise. So Java is concept wise programming, so I am going through the concept wise. So if you want logical thinking, so please try to practice C programming patterns. So there you can improve your logical thinkingness. Okay, so try to practice pattern programs from your end also. Okay. Right. Right, any questions? Somebody posted some question. Double dimension array ki double dimension array possible sir? సో డబుల్ డైమెన్షన్ అరేకి డబుల్ డైమెన్షన్ అరే పాసిబులా కాదా? రైట్. సో డబుల్ డైమెన్షన్ అరే అంటే ఎలా ఉండాలండి? సమ్ వాల్యూస్. ఓకేనా? సో అగైన్ సమ్ వాల్యూస్. సో దట్ మస్ట్ బి క్లోజ్డ్. రైట్. సో డబుల్ డైమెన్షన్ అరే అండి. సో దిస్ ఇస్ డబుల్ డైమెన్షన్ అండ్ దిస్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో డబుల్ డైమెన్షన్. ఇంటీజర్ టైప్. సో పాసిబుల్. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ యూ చేంజ్ ద డేటా టైప్, నాట్ పాసిబుల్. Okay. So I hope I cleared your doubt. Sorry. సో దిస్ కీవర్డ్ ఇవన్నీ ఇంకా రాలేదు, మెల్లిగా ఫస్ట్ ఇవన్నీ కవర్ అయిపోయినాయండి. ఇవి ఆపరేటర్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్, సో కంట్రోల్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్, ఇవి కవర్ అయిపోతే అప్పుడు దిస్ కీవర్డ్ వాటికి అడిగిపోదాం. సో ఇక్కడే చాలా క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, చూద్దాం మెల్లిగా, ఇప్పుడే కాదు. సో ఇవన్నీ చాలా కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఇవన్నీ అయిన తర్వాత చూద్దాం. రైట్. సో నౌ రైట్, సమ్మని పోస్టెడ్ సమ్ క్వశ్చన్, సో విల్ సీ దట్. So don't feel I am not continuing class. So I am clarifying the doubts only. So doubts are also very important. So here some code somebody posted here. What is the code? Control V. So class name is XYZ. You have variables. So what is the variable? Integer variable, character variable, x equal to C. First I will rectify from top to bottom, then object. So start getting compile time error. Okay, ఏం error? Right. So example 1, CLE1. So create object for example 1 here. I'm changing the class name only, that's it, nothing else. Right. So integer variable, then character variable. So observe here what is the error. So mouse over, save the file. Wait. So expected some semicolon is it is expecting. So maybe in this line is there anything? So I will remove it and I will write A. Okay. Character data type x equal to A. So what happened here? Is there anything wrong? Some editors, so what they will do, it will instead of printing single colon, it will print like a slash. Right. Integer data type. So control X, integer x equal to 10, then character C equal to A. So this is your code. right? You are assigning x equal to c. That's it. Right? So character data type you are assigning to integer number. In character data type a is there, a you are assigning to integer number. It is throwing syntax token. Minute. So for integer number you can assign it directly character. It's possible, but for the character is, yeah, 1 minute. Yes, yes. Yeah, 1 minute. You can directly assign, but is there if you are trying to x with integer c. Convert into integer character typecasting. Hmm. See, if you write here, you are not facing any error. Huh? But all these things are not required. So forget about this. So one join.